What's going on, everyone? Just going to show again that Twin Peaks, I'm sure a lot of people already know, but I don't know who doesn't know. There's some correlation. Twin Peaks is connected to the reality of what we're dealing with, especially with Sacrifice and keeping a fractal alive and the false reality. Laura, bait for Bob. What does Sacrifice have to do with anything? In Final Fantasy X, I don't know if you ever played the game or seen the game or looked into it, but it deals with sacrifice and it deals with false sacrifice and um, sacrifice and false pretenses that something will be delivered, but you still have to suffer later on. And in this particular game, there was a woman named Yuna, and she was a high priest summoner who would summon aeons. And at the end of each, I don't know, I don't want to spoil the game, but I kind of have to give you guys my point here. Is that she had to sacrifice herself for these aeons that would in turn feed sin, and then she would regenerate into the sin for the next cycle, therefore not ending the cycle but continuing the same nonsense over and over and over and over and over and over again in Samosera. So, and I see this sacrifice motif all over the place, especially when it came to Abraham and his son. And guess who stopped the sacrifice? It was an angel of mercy, an angel of Jupiter. So that connects to who Jesus was, because Jesus put a stop to this fucking bullshit. And that's what he says, give to Rome what belongs to Rome. So if Rome's after blood, blood they shall drink, and blood they shall get drunk on. And they are drunk on blood. Big time. I mean, now they're fucking calling for people to eat babies and the dead. That's a manifestation of something. People just, it's not random. I don't believe in coincidence anymore. Nothing is an accident. And I have to believe in that, because otherwise gematria wouldn't work. And it does work. It shows correlation. It shows the fractal connection between the things, between an event, a person, energy, because it's all energy. It all resonates. And I mean, people know this already, and I know this now. And it's like the FBI. I don't know what they cut after Bob. Are they or are they making toys for Bob? You know what I mean? Are they fueling Bob's universe? Because this Bob stuff's everywhere. There's so many characters named Bob that I know that's like important. Like Bob from Reboot. They talk about Dot Matrix. They talk about Lilith and Samuel as viruses and stuff. Yeah, Bob's a guardian, and then there's Prometheus and Bob. And Prometheus is known as Lucifer. Like, I grew up with this freaking shit. I Bob and Toilet. It's just all this disclosure that's always been around us. Like, and the Prometheus movies with the black goo and all the shit I've heard about the Nazis and everything they found and the Osiris and tombs and it's just, it gets so crazy. It's so much, and these Stargates and all these shows and all these movies, like, they suspend your reality. And then why would I believe that? Why would I believe your movie? Why would your disclosure you present as fiction, my autistic ass self, consider that to be the real reality? It's because the unforeseen world, it's got to be real. I mean, what's a lucid dream? Anybody who's ever had a lucid dream can tell you right away that there's differences in what's real and what's fake. Because when you're awake, it could feel fake, and when you're sleeping, it could feel real. So what's the distinction? Where does the line cross into reality and unreality? And the fact of the matter is that there is no such thing. Everything's interwoven. We can't see everything. Look at a spectrometer. Look at infrared. Look at the different light spectrums we can't see, or radio waves, or microscope. You gotta see the tiniest of worlds. It's just so pathetic with how I was thinking in the past, and all this art connected to human sacrifice, and they're never like Final Fantasy X was the only game I ever really loved because it had such a good meaning about breaking through the veil and seeing things for what they are, which was that death was ruling the living, and that's and Osiris, he's Lord of the Dead, and everyone who's alive worships a dead being, and that's what Final Fantasy X was. That's the dream, and Twin Peaks. They always talk about the dream world. They're like, we're from the upper air mixed with whatever they said in that expose of their unforeseen world when they're manifesting Enochian demons. Because that was like a black midget, and that's voodoo. Or am I wrong? Someone correct me, because no one fucking does. And when I do say something that hints at something, I get yelled at. And then they hide and block their profile so I can't see what they're saying. It goes into my spam inbox. Like, what the fuck is that all about? And I found caterpillar means like hairy cat. So the caterpillar drive, it's the cat. And Rock Christ was right about that shit. So there you go.